right, let's talk about the secret habits of millionaire millennials and how they built wealth faster than most people would believe possible. These young millionaires didn't just stumble into success, they built it with intention, leveraging habits, mindset, and a fresh approach to money that many of us overlook. And here's the great news. The habits that got them there aren't some millionaire's secret formula. They're things anyone can adopt and apply to their own life. So, if you're ready to pull back the curtain and see what really sets these young, self-made millionaires apart, keep listening. First, let's start with the most foundational habit of them all. Millionaire millennials know their why. These young millionaires didn't just think about becoming wealthy. They thought about why they wanted to become wealthy. They had a deep reason, a purpose, a goal that drove them beyond just financial security. For some, it was to give their families a better life. For others, it was the freedom to pursue creative passions without worrying about money. This why kept them grounded, motivated, and focused, especially when times got tough. Think about it. When you have a clear goal, even the most challenging financial choices become easier to make. But when you're aimlessly trying to make money, there's less focus and no big picture view. Now, the second habit is a killer combination of discipline and experimentation. Unlike past generations, millionaire millennials didn't take a one-size-fits-all approach to wealth. They dabbled, they pivoted, they explored. But at the same time, they were also incredibly disciplined. They took calculated risks, but didn't gamble their futures away. Take investing, for example. Many of these millennials were willing to try unconventional investments like cryptocurrency, NFTs, and startups. But they did so with careful research, planning, and a level-headed approach. They knew they couldn't just throw money at trends. They had to understand the market and take control of their investments. Discipline kept them in the game, while experimentation kept them ahead of the curve. And this brings us to the third habit, continuous learning. Millionaire millennials are always learning. They don't treat education as something you finish once you leave school. They view it as a lifelong habit. They read books on investing. They listen to podcasts on business. They follow thought leaders in industries they're interested in. They're hungry for knowledge because they know knowledge builds wealth. And in a world where technology and markets are changing faster than ever, these young millionaires understand that if they're not learning, they're falling behind. They even dedicate time each day to learn something new, whether it's spending 20 minutes reading, watching a YouTube video on finance, or going to a workshop. It's small, it's consistent, but it adds up over time. Now, let's talk about a habit that might surprise you. These young millionaires embrace frugality, even when they don't have to. When we think of millionaires, we imagine luxury cars, designer clothes, and endless vacations. But for these millennial millionaires, their version of rich isn't about impressing others. It's about building wealth and living life on their own terms. They understand that it's not what you make, but what you keep that counts. They're intentional with their spending and focus on value. Many still budget, track their expenses, and avoid lifestyle inflation even when they could afford it. They know that every dollar they save is a dollar they can reinvest and grow. Another unique habit, they leverage technology to work for them. Millennials were raised in the digital age, so they naturally use technology in ways that make their financial lives easier and more efficient. They automate their savings, they use budgeting apps, they track their net worth, and they use investment platforms to manage their portfolios. For them, financial technology isn't just a tool, it's a wealth-building partner. By automating and optimizing everything from investing to budgeting, they free up mental space to focus on bigger goals, like finding new ways to earn or learning high-value skills. So instead of managing the minutiae of their finances, they're out there growing their wealth. Which brings us to the next habit, multiple streams of income. Millionaire millennials don't rely on just one job or paycheck. They build and nurture various income streams, from side hustles to passive income sources like dividend stocks, rental properties, or even e-commerce stores. For these young millionaires, one income stream isn't enough, and they understand the risks of putting all their financial eggs in one basket. Think about it. If one stream slows down or dries up, they have others to fall back on. That's why they've embraced freelancing, consulting, investing, and creating digital products or services. The result? They have money flowing in from several directions, which accelerates their wealth building and protects them from economic uncertainties. Another critical habit, networking, but with intention. Millionaire millennials build strategic relationships and networks, and it's not about who you know in the traditional sense. They aren't just networking for the sake of collecting business cards. They're looking for genuine connections with people who inspire them, challenge them, and open doors to new opportunities. This generation understands that success is a team sport. They collaborate, they partner up, and they bring value to others. If there's one lesson here, it's that you are only as strong as your network. When these young millionaires face obstacles, they reach out to mentors, colleagues, and friends who can guide them. And this kind of support system is invaluable. The next habit is perhaps one of the most misunderstood. They embrace failure as part of the process. Many people are afraid to fail, but millionaire millennials see failure as a stepping stone. They understand that every no brings them closer to a yes, and that every mistake is a lesson. If they tried a startup and it didn't work out, they took the lessons learned and moved forward. Instead of viewing failure as a stop sign, they saw it as a valuable experience that made them wiser and more resilient. The willingness to take risks and accept failure as part of the journey is what sets them apart. They don't let fear hold them back, and they're not afraid to pivot if things don't go as planned. Next, let's talk about a key mindset shift that plays into everything they do. They value time more than money. Millionaire millennials know that time is the one thing they can never get back. So, they prioritize tasks and habits that build wealth sustainably without consuming all their time. They look for ways to scale their businesses, outsource, or automate repetitive tasks so they can focus on high-impact activities. By valuing their time, they're able to make choices that amplify their efforts, build their businesses faster, and avoid burnout. They understand that wealth isn't just about dollars, it's about freedom, and that includes time freedom. One more habit that truly fuels their success: they invest in personal development. Millionaire millennials know that building wealth starts with a wealthy mindset, and they invest in improving themselves constantly. They read books on mindset, they work with coaches, they practice mindfulness, and they build routines that keep them grounded and resilient. They believe that the best investment they can make is in themselves. The reason they prioritize personal development is simple. They understand that their wealth and success are a reflection of their mindset and habits. The more they improve who they are, the more capable they become at handling wealth, facing challenges, and spotting opportunities. So, they make it a point to take care of their mental and emotional health and practice gratitude, focus, and clarity. And finally, millionaire millennials understand the importance of giving back. Now, you might think, why is giving back a wealth-building habit? Well, here's the truth. Giving back is a way of cultivating an abundant mindset. When they contribute to others, they're reminded that wealth is something to be shared, and this generosity fuels their motivation. Many of them actively support causes they believe in or mentor others on their path to financial success. This habit of giving back builds a positive feedback loop. By making a difference in others' lives, they're also reminded of their own purpose and why they're working so hard. So let's recap. Millionaire millennials start with a clear purpose. They know their why and let it guide their journey. They balance discipline with experimentation, continuously learning, and staying frugal even when they have more than enough. They use technology to their advantage, build multiple income streams, and understand the power of a strong network. They're unafraid to fail and value their time as much as their money. They invest in themselves and they give back to others, creating a cycle of abundance that grows with each new success. For anyone looking to emulate their journey, the road doesn't begin with making millions. It begins with changing habits and committing to growth. These young millionaires didn't wait for wealth to find them. They built it through intentional actions, daily choices, and a willingness to stay adaptable in a fast-paced world. The habits they adopted aren't just about getting rich. They're about building a life filled with purpose, resilience, and freedom. So if you're ready to take a page out of their book, ask yourself, what's your why? What habits can you start building today that'll put you on the path to financial freedom? Because the best part of this journey isn't just reaching millionaire status, it's knowing you created the life you wanted on your own terms.